Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Orwell. So we have two people that we are investigating currently. Oleg Bakai, our primary target, and Raban Vart, the guy who is the chief editor-in-chief of the People's Voice, which we are going to check right now. The People's Voice. One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of powers defined by the Ethical Codex. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I'm concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. The nation burns again. 3 people are murdered because of Blaine's incompetence, but guess who will be blamed? Oh my god, this is a freaking hoax blog. Supported through donations. As a non-profit organization, we are funded solely through donations. The People's Voice is supported by the Angels of the Nation network, a volunteer team who provides development assistance in Pargees. Get in touch. Okay, the email is okay. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Raban Vart receives an email or sends one through that account, he will be notified and able to read it. Editors: Ilya Vart, Shannon Karwa, Media Watchdog, Daniel Buchanan, Field Reporter Pargees. 3 people are murdered because of Blaine's incompetence. What runs the street of the nation? As it sees itself confronted with the next big act of terror right in its heart, the capital Bonton. 3 people have been brutally massacred. It didn't surprise me, not one bit. You all know, even though no one dares to speak out, the nation is its corrupt leadership and all the deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing on their shoulders. Thanks to the People's Voice, situation nations become rather calm. Still, there's no doubt that the head puppet master Blaine will point his finger towards us Pargesians. Yeah, this is a hate blog. President Puppet stops re-election plans. Hold Cassard accountable for breaking his word. Rejoice, re-election at last. This was your thinking last week, as much as it was mine. Finally, years of torment will come to an end. But no, all of a sudden, President Puppet has taken a big step back from the promise to hold re-election. For all we know, Cassard is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. Stand up and march the streets of Triflet tomorrow. Updates on this via our Blabber account at People's Voice. Okay, this is a part that might be interesting. As he said, let there be riots, and there were riots. How did this man get such an immense influence over his followers? About us. We are an independent collective devoted to providing you with the facts that mainstream media outlet tries to hide. Raban Vart, Editor-in-Chief. Okay, so this is Face. Let's put this in. I'm thinking this might be important. Supported by a national donation network. If we were to prove that Raban Vart is using donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Okay, anything else in here that we can access? Not really. Listener. Communications. So he got a mail. No, he sent a mail from Raban Vart to unknown person, April 13th. Okay, today. Good luck. David, thank you for your ongoing support and your kind words as always. You have proven yourself to be a true supporter of our cause. You will want to watch the news. I have no doubts there will be a great story very soon. Okay, this is quite important. For all we know, this guy has been trying to cook up a large-scale stir for years. I don't see it happening quite yet. Yes, he has succeeded. Something. Let's look at this too. A supporter? Pretty unspecific, huh? I see you found your first non-target person. Good. Orwell will keep track of them, but no data chunks or new documents for them will appear. I must authorize them to become a target person first, and I will do so only if I feel it is necessary. Okay, so this is his mail. What about the reader? Okay, headlines on the National Beholder. Crime rate continues to drop. The Ministry of Security has presented the latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so violent crimes. On Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published a new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offences decreased by 4.8% in comparison to the last year. Crime rate has been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. That one led to the creation of the Orwell as well. Secretary of the Security, Catherine de la Croix, appeared very pleased by the numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government may have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which have a considerable impact preventing further citizens. The safety bill. Safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into our transiting through the nation. It has also become mandatory to inform employees whether an applicant or employee is an ex-convict. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total numbers of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. Yeah. The Parji's peacekeeping mission. The terrorist incidents of 2008 was a terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parjis, a region torn by civil unrest for years. After the Parji's peacekeeping mission has been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks, including distribution of aid packages containing food, rebuilding infrastructure. Actually, this is 2011. When was he recruited? Wait, can I find it in the reader? Janus. No, wait, that's his. Here, file. Ah, okay, this is the... So, he was recruited after the soldiers returned to Parjis. Okay, might be important. Okay, not much here. Wait, there's still something. Projects. Okay. Participate. Become a part of the party. Donate, volunteer, become a member, or join the army of the nation. Direct service to our homeland. Positions. Our 5 pillars for great nation: safety and security, economy and commerce, trade and tradition, migration and foreign affairs, education and health. And people. Robert Blaine, Arthur Scott Gallagher, Catherine de la Croix, Peter Falconer. Parji's peacekeeping mission. Okay, we read through all of it now. Okay. Blabber. People's reaction. People's voice. Independent collective of information providers saying out loud what needs to be said. Save Parji's Driftfoot riots. So wait, where does this start? This article is ridiculous propaganda. Mainstream media have been manipulating our thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Time to get rid of this enemy. Okay, that might be good. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press. Straight from the dictator's guide to supreme rule. One thing is certain, Oleg Bakai will certainly not be missed. This is a misunderstanding. What did you mean when you said Oleg Bakai would not be missed? Did you retire him? This is a misunderstanding. I'm not happy either that Oleg Bakai has gone missing. The soldier is not the one to blame here. I think this is a bit closer to the truth. He isn't happy about Oleg's disappearance. How come I don't buy it? Why, yes, of course, the death threat uttered in the phone call, that's why. Okay, we've seen this one. Discussion, what have you done, Raban? The People's Voice, Save Parges, users, Raban, Ilya, lead editor, Shannon is an expatriate of Parges moving across the nation in 1987 to chase the dream of being an investigative journalist. After being subjected to the corruption of the National Beholder, Shannon joined the People's Voice to offer their expertise to shed some light on the growing tensions. Dan. Daniel's our field reporter located in the capital of Parges. He gets the truth fast, before the others can spin it. Direct from his political and social connections due to an excellent networking and reporting skills. A valued member of the team here at People's Voice. Change header image, made changes to donations, plugin, signed off pending article. There are no currently pending articles. Okay, but what have you done, Raban? Where's this discussion? April 11th, 1022. It sounds like they are accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done to Oleg Bakai, Raban? Tell us the truth. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure that Raban can offer an explanation. I'm starting to doubt whether TPV represents what I stand for. We saw ourselves as a bloc for the Pargesian people defending their right and protecting their freedom. As part of that, it is our duty to criticize the Pargesian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled as a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Shannon is my person. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe that the nation what the nation beholder prints? They are only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bakai's disappearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You see, Bakai and we have a history. Before we left Parges, Bakai had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned that he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Then all of a sudden he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army. I am fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. Man, smart man. Good coffee. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance and would never kidnap or kill a man. Do you not believe the lies of the national beholder? I was unaware of all of this. I believe you, but I really think you should watch what you say, Raban. This is starting to get way too tense. This is getting people worked up in both countries. Okay, this might be important. Mixes truth and lies and attempted to trick people. Take whatever he publishes with a grain of salt. Be very, very careful with dealing with Mage, and I have to rely solely on you. Formerly lived in Prava Parges. As a daughter, okay. Unrelated document. I see, the two know each other from back when they lived in Parges. Well done, agent. But the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research of the lead up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Raban Vart making this threat to Oleg Bakai, and an explanation as to how Vart could contact him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of our objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner on the screen. Okay. is this in conflict with? Now, we haven't seen the other conflict. I'm with Shannon on this. I also believe you, Raban, but you should really choose your words more wisely. We always wanted to criticize, one could even say fight against, the Cassard administration and their shady ties to Blaine, but we don't want them to regard us as national enemies, and this fight should remain one of words. You guys are disappointing me. I thought you had it in you. Don't let them intimidate you like that. These are just empty threats. We have to stand our ground, now more than ever. We're not saying we disagree with you, Raban, we are just saying watch what you say. Okay, what did we find as a document? Blabber. People's voice. Tell us the truth about what happened to Oleg Bakai. What the hell? So you started threatening Pargesian soldiers now? This is just going too far. I hope you don't expect me to feel pity for Bart. I don't. What are you planning to do against the FTP? Prava City. What are you? City of Prava. Visitors and residents. Okay. Started by Yelena Lavrova on February 21st, 2006. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations and do not want to leave, but since the FTP started the civil war, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Mayor Grabovach. Dear Miss Lavrova, the administration of Prava is currently in contact with officials of the Pargesian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There is not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. This is a joke, right? Keep calm. People are dying out there. My greatest concerns is for the well-being of my children. How is this? Oh, that's joined. Okay, so this is the post. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I would rather make them stay at home during times like these, especially since I already lost my husband who died serving in the Pargesian army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Mayor Grabovach? This is the most important issue right now. And here's Raban Vart. I sincerely understand your concern, Mr. Skola. As the school's principal, I would therefore consider options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. So he was a principal of a school. Well, that might explain his preachy attitude. Thomas Shernan. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how we are supposed to change things in Prava, but nobody ever takes action. We are going to leave Prava and Parges. Goodbye, folks. It has been really mediocre to know you. Thomas Shernan. Oleg Bakai. Leave Parges, and that is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country. And go where? The nation? This pitiful stretch of land? Never. Believe me, you would be better off dying as a loyal citizen of Parges than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I devised my own way how to protect Prava and show that I'm a true Pargesian patriot. I'm going to volunteer for the Pargesian army and fight to free this country from the plague known as the FTP. So this is probably the conflict. He said he wanted to fight there. Seriously, Oleg? You have a daughter. She's only 11 years old and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think that the FTP is fighting for the right causes. Maybe with the wrong methods. After all, I don't believe Cassard will be doing us any good, considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Cassard's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Terrorists fills the picture. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you are a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter Radka, okay. Oh, I need to switch this. Radka, you have been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well, and she loves your classes. My brother asked you to take care of her while I'm gone. Okay, we know nothing of her, nor of David yet. I'm not a terror sympathizer, Oleg, and I'm certainly not on their side. All I'm saying is that you should try thinking a bit more critically towards the government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that, and I'm also not a Parisian army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wish to choose this path and join the army, I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do have our disagreements sometimes, but you are a good person and a good teacher, Raban. Go warn the nation. I think this is the one that's correct. Good. That might account for his loyalty towards us. Okay, secondary school news, and the listener has found revised article. Okay, we're gonna check that in the next episode because this one has gone for quite some time. I think that we are starting to understand a bit this situation of Oleg Bakai. I kinda like it. The story is starting to unfold pretty nicely.